My name is Alan Clark. I'm Chief Executive of Scottish Bakers. We organise the World Championship Scotch Pie competition, and this is supported by Bake Northern in Scotland. Our head judge, Robert Ross, has been the head judge since the beginning of the competition in the late 1990s. This year he's decided to hand over that mantle to Ian Nelson, who will become the new head judge. And this gives us an opportunity to reflect on the successes that we've achieved over the last number of years, and also to learn from things that we could do differently. The purpose of the competition is very simple. It's to try and get ordinary customers across Scotland to support butchers and bakers. We believe the best way of doing that is to drive up quality, and what we want to see happening is what is entered into the competition is exactly the same quality as what the customers buy over the counters every day. This video gives you the opportunity to get an insight into what the head judges in this competition are looking for. We know that every day is a competition and your customers are the ultimate judges. We hope these videos prove useful and give you a competitive edge when entering the competition in future. Good luck.
Ian, who would have thought after 31 years we'd be sitting here, man and boy, looking at sausage rolls with you, now the head judge of the Scotch Pie Club.
Robert. Great to see you again.
So what do we look for in a good sausage roll, Ian?
Well, as I keep saying, the number one thing I look for in any product, Robert, is consistency. Now, we've got the sheet here that we look at the Scotch Pie Championships, and we just like to go through section by section so we can look at what we can improve in a sausage roll. The first thing is the external appearance. At the awards, it's judged on shape, colour, the bake obviously, and any boil out.
So what we have in front of us here, Ian, are the two kind of traditional ways of finishing sausage rolls. This one's been turned over and just sealed along one end.
Yes.
Whereas this one's had the puff pastry turned underneath and sealed along the bottom.
Along the bottom.
I always feel that this one carries the greater risk in competitions because you have 4 layers of pastry in the bottom. But I have to say, these are good looking sausage rolls.
Yep.
But what do you think?
Well, the shape's lovely. It's a nice even shape.
So that would cover the first criteria?
Yes. You know, and we're marking it 5 for good. Downwards, we're deducting points for what we feel.
Okay.
But I think the shape of these, it's a traditional sausage roll shape.
Pretty good.
Yep. Why would you deduct points for that?
Absolutely. And the bake looks fairly solid.
Yeah, it's a nice even colour. That's the key. It's a nice gold. The glazed well. It's got a lovely sheen off it.
And there's no sign of any boil out.
No.
Marginal shrinkage in this one at the end, but there's no boil out. It really is bad if you do get boil out in a sausage roll.
Yeah.
It tends to be shrinking.
And we do initially buy with our eyes, so I think looking at these products, overall, very good
Pretty
product.
good to me.
Yes,
yep,
absolutely.
Agreed. So in your mind, Ian, what creates a good shape in a sausage roll, and is that a good shape?
Well, this one here has got a lovely shape. It's got a nice even side to it. It's got a nice even all the way around bit of pastry. It's not blown at the side, it's not burst, it's got
agreed.
lovely, it's sealed well at the bottom. That to me is the perfect shape
I think that's the one I made.
of sausage roll.
Now this one here, Ian, is a good shape. It's a good, well-shaped sausage roll. Yours doesn't look
By
quite so
contrast,
good.
Robert, this one's not so good. It's burst open at the bottom, as you can see. There's not that evenness. It's what we call wild. Definitely not as good a shape as that one there that we're looking at.
Right, agreed. So that's yours and this is mine.
Okay, Robert, colour is the next section. Very important. Looking at these 4 products here, lovely golden colour, nice even bake. What's your thoughts?
Well, Ian, always the golden colour comes from good glazing. How often do you see badly glazed products that look poor? Glaze first, allow the glaze to dry, then glaze immediately before baking. All you need is egg with a pinch of salt and a bit of care and attention. This one, for example, Ian, is a good colour. It's been well glazed and well baked. Nice even bake all the way around.
Yep.
Good glazing, so important, and double glazing.
Yes.
Yes. I see we have another one here that you made, Ian, where the colour isn't just quite as good. But how often do we see this sort of bake in a product appearing in a competition, but even worse, appearing in a shop window?
Totally opposite to the other one, Robert. I mean, look at it, it's so uneven, it's not being glazed properly, it's not even been baked properly. Definitely not what you're looking for compared to the initial one that was right next to it here.
So the answer is switch the oven on.
Now, we've had a look at the external sausage roll. Now we want to cut, we've got the warm one here, if we want to cut it, we want to look at the internal product.
Right.
Is that okay with that, yeah?
We've got to the stage, it looks good, we've bought it, now
Looks
we want
great.
to know.
Now we want to see, is it really as good as it looks?
Go for it.
Okay, Robert, let me just cut this one here. Pastry sounds lovely and crisp, cuts really well. Oh yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
I think it looks pretty good. There's a slight rawness round the centre of the meat filling, but to be honest, unless you get a certain degree of that, your filling's not going to be moist enough. Thoughts? Perhaps another couple of minutes in the oven would have helped, but
yeah, but it's a nice structure
I
on the
would be
product.
happy to eat that.
Yes, absolutely.
So filling, what do you think?
Well, I think it's a nice filling. You know, it's full. You can see it there. There's a nice bit of pastry, a nice bit of filling. There's not too much shrinkage from it.
And it's just the way that I like a sausage roll. I prefer to start with minced pork, then put my rusk, my seasoning, and just a tiny little bit of dried sage just to lift the flavour.
Yep, and you can see that it's coming through quite prominent. Looks nice.
I don't know about you, but I don't favour using mince.
No.
And a sausage roll to me has to be pork.
Absolutely, has to be pork. Colour, nice even colour there. It's got a good bake inside. Remember the internal colour now.
Yeah.
Nice that, you know, the pork meat is baked out lovely. Like you see, you can see the sage through it. Looks really nice. And I think the balance of pastry to filling, that would be a nice sausage roll. You would be happy at any occasion, you know, if you were to bite into that as a sausage roll. There's enough meat to filling, meat to pastry, sorry. Absolutely perfect.
And turn the end so that I can see, is there any shrinkage at the end?
No, no shrinkage at the end.
Absolutely fine for me.
Looks great.
Good and nice flaky pastry.
Nice flaky pastry, yeah, well baked. Okay, Robert, we've got the nice filling there. We've just, you know, let's have a chat about the meat. What's your thoughts on the quality and the type of meat that's ideal for a sausage, to make a good sausage roll like that?
Well, you know, we know we do need to have good puff pastry, well-turned puff pastry. For me, the meat filling starts with minced pork, fairly lean, then you're adding your rusk, your water, your seasoning, perhaps some dried sage, or maybe even a proprietary sausage roll seasoning that the butchers do have. Either way, better that it's minced pork than minced beef, in my opinion.
So like I say, we're looking at the nice pastry to filling ratio. We've got the nice colour there. You can see the sage that you're talking about. Like you say, the seasoning will be what? 2 parts salt, 1 part pepper?
Thereabouts.
White pepper or black pepper, do you have any preference?
Well, I'm a pepper guy and I tend to use black pepper. White pepper would be hotter.
Yes.
I like the mellowness that comes through with black pepper.
Yeah, you do get a bit more flavour from the white pepper, but yeah, looks good. Right, okay Robert, now the real pleasurable bit. Let's taste it.
Yeah, great.
And we'll taste your one, not the one I baked earlier. Let me cut off a little bit here. We've got a couple of bits that we just want to analyse before we get to taste it. And the first thing we're going to look at is the smell of the product. Okay Robert, have a smell of that piece there. Let's give me your comments on that. Yeah, very aromatic. You can smell those spices coming through and the herbs. It smells so enticing. Can't wait to taste it. The aroma is really important, Robert, because obviously you've got to get the balance right. You've got to get the balance of spice right. It can't be overly peppery, it can't be over salty, it can't be over herby. So the overall balance of that aroma is really important to me.
Don't you feel that when you see something that looks so good, just that second before you take a bite, you get that beautiful smell, and that determines whether you take the bite.
Absolutely.
So we've looked at the texture of the pastry. We're looking beyond the flaky pastry now to this meat filling, which is critical. We know we don't want pastry that has a greasy aftertaste. We know we want pastry that is baked properly.
Now the good bit, we're going to cut this up and we get to taste it. So I'm just going to cut this piece right across the middle so we get an even bit of meat and an even bit of pastry. If you want to try that,
that eats really well. Pastry, no greasy aftertaste, beautifully flavoured pork filling. That is a good sausage roll. What do you think, Ian?
Okay, Robert, let's have a look. Lovely balance of flavour. No palate cling off the pastry.
No.
Eats really well. Overall package, beautiful.
And you're just getting that nice pepperiness coming through now.
Just coming through nice, the hint, not overpowering.
No.
Very pleasant to eat.
A good sausage roll. So the last thing we need to look at, Ian, is the balance of flavour. Does the pastry and the filling complement each other? What do we think of it? It eats well. The only thing that might improve that would perhaps be using butter in the pastry.
Yeah.
But I recognise the difficulties in doing that.
I agree with that, Robert. You know, and I hear what you're saying, it would add a different taste, a different texture,
Yeah.
but I think I'm a bit of a traditionalist. You know, good quality puff pastry is the way to go for a sausage roll.
Yeah, well, I'm older than you see, with a cholesterol level, so perhaps that's why. But the balance of flavour is good. It's a good sausage roll, one that you would be happy to go back and buy again, which is the ultimately most important thing.
Absolutely.
Would I buy that product again?
Okay, Robert, with your 150 years experience in the baking industry, what's your overall thoughts of this sausage roll?
You can't count either, Ian. I would say that is exactly the standard that people should be striving to achieve. Not for the competition, yes for the competition, but every single day to the customer. A good sausage roll. And Ian, tell me, in your opinion, how important is consistency of product from day to day?
Robert, there is nothing more important than consistency. It's got to be the same product day in, day out. You've got to manufacture that product today, tomorrow, next week, next month, because your customer wants to know that they're getting that same product time and time again.
So in effect, every day is a competition
Absolutely.
to get the customer back
Yes.
again. Agreed.